We got Miles Kristen on the line coming to us from Wisconsin. He's got an update on the situation in Kenosha. Miles, welcome.
Morning. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so of course there was this incident a few days ago now where you had a man who had a warrant out for him and was wanted for third-degree sexual assault. And the police should have been able to apprehend this man without using a gun. I mean, you have multiple officers, you're looking for somebody, and apparently, I read this in Newsweek, apparently, I believe that same day, he had just basically stolen his ex-girlfriend's car, or was in the process of stealing the car. But the point is, yeah, they used excessive force. This guy was also a bad guy, so there's a lot of wrongs going on there.
Was there a minor involved?
Led to massive riots throughout the state of Wisconsin. I mean, we've seen, the worst was probably in Kenosha, where they burnt down a correctional building of some sort. They burnt down a car lot. I mean, they just blew up a bunch of cars in a car lot. They did all sorts of destruction. And then about 2 nights ago now, some kid, and I mean kid, some 17-year-old kid from Illinois came up there playing militia with his big gun and ended up shooting multiple protesters and killing 2. One of the protesters got shot. I believe the one who got shot in the arm and survived did have a gun. I don't know the context of who pointed who at what, the whole thing. But the whole thing is messed up, and this kid's absolutely in the wrong. And, his actions are going to make the situation even worse.
Wow. So it's incendiary. Meantime, you've got Trump talking about this, the National Guard. You've got the governor saying, we don't want your help, Trump, you're a fascist. Keep your National Guard over there. But on the other hand, I'm sure people in Wisconsin are saying, no, we do need help. And so you've got that happening, plus some of these blue cities taking a knee before BLM and some of these Antifa types, so that they don't want to, they're virtue signaling. And so what's going on now? Are you getting federal help or not?
Well, yeah, I want to say the U.S. Marshals were in Kenosha, and there's a difference between National Guard and State Guard to some level. I am surprised. 2 nights ago was about the first time I've actually seen the Madison police patrol State Street. I mean, it's been going, this protests and riots and looting have been going on for 2 months now, and they actually had police on horses, and like we're talking dozens of cop cars going up and down State Street the night before last to actually stop this business on State Street from getting looted here in Madison area. And then they even used pepper spray and tear gas on the protesters near the Capitol Square when they started busting out buildings again. So they're finally starting to crack down on the looters and the rioters. I mean, people should peacefully protest. People should peacefully protest in the daytime. And we should also be conscious of the fact that COVID is real. And if you're chanting and you're putting your saliva into the air and you're putting droplets into the air, like, granted, you're outside, you're less likely to catch COVID. We've come to see now, but still, it can be spread. I mean, especially when you're interlinking arms or using the same megaphone, or, you're all eating pizza out of the same box. Like, protesters of all types in this country are very irresponsible when it comes to the COVID stuff. And, it's just it's a really bad situation right now.
One of the things that's happening is that Trump is getting a boost in the polls. I think that's why some of these these Democrat-run cities now are saying, we better bring this under control. Yeah. So what's going on here? So Trump's getting a boost. Biden's getting smoked. They didn't get, not only did they not get a boost after their convention, Miles, you saw this, he lost 4 points. Meantime, Trump is polling 52% all of a sudden. The Democrats are panicking. The people at CNN and MSNBC are saying, hey, you better bring this under control here. It's all blown up in their face. I mean, that's why all of a sudden you're seeing control and police, out in force, enforcing the law. It's because, politically speaking, the Democrats are starting to get hit over it.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said the election can go either way, and I still think it could go either way. But all of these riots and protests of this type, the protesters are losing support on an issue that earlier this summer after Floyd happened, everybody agreed that was wrong. Everybody agreed there needed to be some policy changes made, and we're willing to have a conversation. And the organization BLM and your anarchists and your communists and your radical socialists using this really do disservice to the honest people who are sincere about the issue, about serious criminal justice reform. And what's going on now is like they're losing support, and the Democrats could very likely lose because of the riots.
And they know it, and they're panicking, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Democrat cities are starting to clamp down and crack down on some of these protesters. They are such a bunch of slime balls. Then you really see how politicized this rioting has been. It's all about trying to damage Trump, and now that it's backfiring, all of a sudden they're trying to get control of it. Miles, can you come back tomorrow morning?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Miles Kristen coming to us from Wisconsin, the state where many of these riots are going on, and we certainly hope that the folks down there are safe.